That Bay Area. What's up, Richmond, CA? There's some real stuff right here.
Add on coming down here.
It's Aji, man.
Add on.
Once upon a time.
Add on.
I knew how to rhyme.
Keep your at home. Me on. Me want to own. Me on type of flow.
That's all I got to say.
Me on.
Alright.
Or me want to own. Me on type of flow.
Welcome back to another episode of the Add-On Podcast. I got two special guests here today. Tell them who you are.
What's up? It's Christian. And I'm Justin Yergensen.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. So let's start off, obviously, talk about you guys' upbringing. How was we growing up? Kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, bro. Well, thanks for having me on the podcast.
No problem.
Never done
Absolutely.
one of these before, so I'm
Yes,
pretty
sir.
interested. My upbringing, I've always been in Vegas, so that's like my number one thing. When I was about 5, my parents split up. Then we moved over from the west side over to Southern Highlands. Went over here, and then we pretty much just kind of bounced around from, we went to Aggie Roberts Elementary School together.
Yes, sir.
Then,
Same elementary school.
we moved over to Bob Miller, stayed there, then stayed in that apartment till Coronado High School, and then now I'm out on my own, kind of in the same area. So
For sure.
how mine went as far as
Yes, sir.
where I'm from and stuff. But yeah.
What about you, Justin?
Yeah, so I've lived in Vegas my whole life, just like Chris. Went to Bob Miller as well, and parents split 8th grade, went to Coronado, went to 1 semester of college, dropped out, got into sales, and then moved over here.
For sure.
Pretty much what I've been through.
Yes, sir. So talk about EcoShield a little bit. And how you guys got into sales, business, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'll go first because I was like the first guy in it. So I was like senior year in high school. I was doing nothing. It was our COVID year. I was 17, and I was in the car with one of my buddies, and I was just scrolling on Instagram, and I saw one of my older friends that I used to party with all the time. He just posted a picture of his brand new house and a brand new sports car, and I'm like sitting there in the car, and I'm like, dang, like what the heck? Like I'm not doing anything. I don't know what I want to do. Don't know if I want to go to college or stay here and figure something out. But I hit him up. I'm like, yo, like what do you do for work? And he tells me he does door-to-door pest control. I immediately kind of like was like, I don't know. Like I mean,
You're right.
I mean, obviously it does well. It pays nice, and you're traveling across the world. But do I want to tell girls I'm selling door-to-door pest control? Do I want to tell my parents? You know what I mean? So, took me like 10 minutes, and then I was like, you know what? Actually, let's hit this guy right back because he's obviously has a lifestyle I want. I hit him up, joined the team. We went out that summer, and just before we went out, like, nobody wanted me to do it. Friends didn't want me to do it. My family didn't want me to do it. No supporting cast whatsoever. But we went out there. I finished my first summer. Did $150,000. So
Wow.
I made like 30,000 commissions my first summer, like right out of high school.
That's crazy.
And then I still saw the guys, above me doing, 300,000, making 6 figures in one summer. I'm like, okay, I got to rerun this. I got to come around too. So when I came back, my second year, I brought out a team of 5 of my guys, him being one of them, and we just finished with $1.3 million in pest control revenue as a team of 5. And then I did 300,000 personally, so I made 6 figures my next summer. That's what leads me to the house and all the signs by us. So very passionate about like what I do for work, so I always make sure the EcoShield's on me.
Yes, sir.
Whenever
So Justin, that was something that you kind of got from him, or was it somebody else like you?
Yeah, so Christian recruited me after my semester of college. It was winter break, and I was just like a horrible student. I had horrible grades, and he hit me up. And at first, like I turned him down, but 2 weeks later, I figured out I was just gonna drop out, move back to Vegas, and work here. Hit him back up, trained, went out in the summer on his team, and just haven't looked back since. I absolutely love EcoShield.
Yes, sir, man. Absolutely. So you guys plan on starting your own business one day? Something that you own, like personally yourself?
That's the goal.
100%, yeah.
I think that's like everybody, every man, entrepreneur type vision. Girl as well would like to do, start their own business, be their own boss, make their own rules.
You ever heard of Shark Tank?
That's one of my favorite shows.
What's your thoughts on that show? That's one of my favorite shows ever, and that's kind of like the reason why I kind of want to join the EcoShield team too. Like, just I don't know, I just always wanted to be on Shark Tank. It's one of my favorite shows. What's your thoughts on it?
Honestly, like, I didn't really watch Shark Tank much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but I know like the gist of it. I think it's a fun show, and people present like new business ideas, and like that's very interesting to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Shark Tank, I think it's a very smart show because one, it shows kids that, you know, it's entertaining to be an entrepreneur. Like, it's good to be an entrepreneur, and I mean, I think having Mark Cuban on the show, he's one of my role models as a business guy. So
Yes,
just
sir.
seeing how he performs business, how, you know, successful business people think of ideas and think of your pitch. I think it's a great TV show, but yeah, maybe my goal is one day to have Mark Cuban invest in my business, something like that, or me myself to be Mark Cuban, the next one. So
Absolutely. What's been the hardest challenge though, just along this journey? Because obviously it wasn't easy. But like, talk about like kind of like your rookie year. Like, what was the biggest challenges going into? Was it, you know, was you shy at all? Was it?
So my rookie year, I think the biggest challenge was being homesick. It's a new life experience. You know, it's like, holy cow, I go from Vegas my whole life, you know, messing around horse, you know, doing whatever with my friends. And then I go out to Atlanta, Georgia on my own, and I'm doing something with a group of guys older than me, and I'm knocking doors, talking to random people all day, hearing people tell me no every day. In hot, humid Georgia, I'm like, dang, dude. I see all my buddies finishing their last summer, you know, partying it up and doing things, you know, maybe where I'm out there, I'm like, yeah, I'm grinding, but shoot, how much would I would love to go home right now, pretty much. But for me, that was just my number one struggle, was like getting over just being homesick, you know, just staying consistent, knowing that it's going to be a long summer, knowing that you got to hit your goals. I kind of just went out there like, let's finish this summer, you know, I'm going to do good numbers, but I just want to tell everyone, yeah, I did that summer.
Okay.
Translation, my second year, I think the reason I did a lot better is because I had a goal, I had a vision, I had a purpose, and I knew I needed to hit that goal. Because, you know, going out there is one thing, but succeeding and actually, you know, doing big numbers is another thing.
Totally different, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd honestly say just belief in yourself and just consistency. Like, if you believe in yourself and you believe in the goals that you set yourself, you're gonna achieve them. It's really just the belief in yourself and your ability to accomplish the goal you set.
Right, exactly. Can't beat that, man.
If you believe it, you're gonna do it.
Exactly. Talk about you guys' growing up, what was your career goal? Because I know sometimes it gets switches and changes. Like, obviously I played basketball, but a lot of people don't know my first goal was football.
Okay.
But it just couldn't work out because financially we couldn't really afford Pee Wee.
Right.
And
Yeah.
my first experience was, you know, in high school. The first time I got hit, I'm like, nah, I can't do this. It's just, you know, buck
Just
50.
changes.
Yeah, but yeah, talk about that for you guys.
Well, I'd say, like, when I was a kid, I did a lot of sports. Soccer, basketball, flag football. I never did baseball, but I did the rest. And then when I started to get older in my life, I, like, put priorities first before sports. Like, I do sports outside of school and stuff, but, like, never thought I was maybe too cool to, like, you know, join and commit to, like, a full everyday practice type of thing. I don't know, maybe it was the fear of failing, or maybe it was the not wanting to take away, like, my side, you know, my weekends and my after school activities, stuff like that. But I think my career, I always knew I wanted to not go to college. Middle school, high school, I did not want to go to college.
Why is that? Was it just like this one?
I mean, you remember me in elementary school, straight A's,
Yeah.
spelling bee champ, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
something happened in middle school, like 7th or 8th grade, where I was like, dude, like, I'm very social for one, and two, like, I have this thing where I feel like I can't sit still. So maybe it's like, maybe I just can't focus on something like the school I didn't want to focus on. Like, obviously, I want to learn the fundamentals. I want to learn certain things in school, but I don't want to do school forever, and I want to beat everyone to the race. I want to get out of the race as soon as possible, because you know, I've seen my mom work hard her entire life. You know, and I want to be in a position where I work hard when I'm young, so when, you know, I get older, she doesn't have to work hard at all. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like that kind of stuff, and it made me want to become like an entrepreneur. So this job just landed, like God put it right there, boom, and just perfect.
There you go.
You know?
What about you?
Yeah, honestly, I played a lot of sports growing up. I knew I really wasn't going to be professional. when I was like middle school, but I always knew, one, I wanted to make a lot of money and like start my own business. Like growing up, I always just wanted to be my own boss, but I had no idea like what I wanted to do for work. And that was all throughout high school, even through college. I just had no idea, and which is why I'm grateful for this job, because essentially we kind of are running our own business. I mean, you can become a manager, build your own team, and so that's why I just love it so much. I pretty much can do what I like grew up wanting to do.
Yes, sir, for sure. Let's transition to sports, kind of like what's going on right now. Who's you guys' biggest surprise, like, you know, for the NBA, like so far? Is somebody, a player or a team is kind of doing good? Your eyes.
I think we have similar opinions on who we got as far as.
Yes, sir. Let's get to the good ones, man.
NBA right now, because I watched it live a couple of nights ago. It's got to be Luka Magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Luka is going
sensational, man.
And I'm a huge Giannis fan.
Uh-huh.
My friends would call me a bandwagon, but I was on him before he won the finals. But
what did he drop the other day? Like 60, 20,
he did
and
60, 22,
10?
23, and 10, and then a game time.
Crazy.
Just took over completely. So right now, I think Luka is for sure MVP. For sure. Like, I don't think there's any doubt. Biggest surprise, shouldn't be a surprise, but you haven't seen them around in a while. The Pelicans.
I agree. That's starting to be my new favorite team.
Yeah. They're young, they're hungry.
Zion's so fun to watch.
Crazy, man.
Zion's a freaking nature.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell the other day, he was like, "Oh, he's playing football, we're playing basketball." Like,
Hey.
soft.
That's what it is, man.
You gotta get in the gym, boy.
Like, we've never seen nobody that size, that athletic.
No.
Like, that's Charles Barkley on steroids.
Yeah. Charles Barkley, but a little taller, has like plus 20 inches on his vertical.
Zion will win the championship too.
Easy. Think so?
You can put BI back in the rotation.
Yeah, because B.I., he's been out for sure.
He's out.
Yeah, and I'd say Pelicans' biggest surprise, Luka MVP. That's what I got.
Okay.
As far as making the finals, I think I gotta go Eastern. I gotta stay with Boston.
Boston.
I love I like the Nets. I think they're fun to watch. I think they're gonna choke it. I think Giannis, I just don't know if they can stay healthy because he can't do a one-man show. Bobby Portis can't be the second option. And then, other than that, I don't see too many guys out in the East. But as far as the West, you got the Nuggets, you got the Pelicans, you got the Suns when they're healthy.
Clippers when they're healthy.
Clippers when they're healthy. Grizzlies.
And the Lakers.
The Warriors when they're healthy. Lakers won nothing.
But I could see them sneaking into the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Davis is out, so I mean,
that's tough.
LeBron's putting up great numbers.
Yeah, he's putting up great numbers, and I could just see them sneaking in.
I see Boston beating the Nets in 7 in the conference finals. Crazy game in Boston. It goes down to the wire.
I can see it. Isn't that what happened last year? I don't know if it was the conference finals, but
I think the Nets got bounced in the first round. I think by the Nets or by the Celtics.
Yeah, they did. They got swept. Yeah. That's right.
So I think it's Celtics, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Grizzlies. Are gonna make like a late season push and then playoffs ride the momentum.
So Celtics, Grizzlies in the finals.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. Ja and Tatum battling it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ja's fun to watch. Shoot, I'd say. I'd probably say the Grizzlies coming out of the West.
Grizzlies,
Yeah.
same thing. Okay.
The Grizzlies fans are.
Because they were the Grizzlies. Even without Ja, they do good.
Yeah.
I forgot it was one stat that was last year.
Without Ja.
No, they did.
Yeah.
They had a better record last year when Ja was out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I like Denver though too. Denver's up there.
The thing with Denver though is like the Murray. He's
He's got to get back in there.
He's got to get back in the groove from that because Yoke can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
But who's you guys' early pick for NBA MVP? I got Zion.
Luka.
You got Luka?
Luka.
Okay.
Luka.
But
Luka.
I could possibly see Zion.
Unless Luka goes downhill, I think he's got to take it. But there's so many of them.
Exactly.
There's so
JT.
You could argue he could have won in years past.
Yeah.
Luka.
JT, Giannis, Luka's up there. Zion's up there. You still even throw KD.
Okay. So who's the greatest basketball player ever? This is the debate that's never going to end. I got LeBron, but the thing is, excuse me, let me rephrase it. I got Jordan, but the thing is, I used to say LeBron.
Okay.
Like after he won in 2016, come back from 3-1, I was like, yeah, LeBron to go. You know what I'm saying? But then after watching The Last Dance, I was like, nah, I got to give it to Jordan. What's your thoughts on it?
So So you're just saying who's the greatest?
Yeah, who's the greatest ever?
Them two?
Nah, it can be whatever. Some people say Cole, some people say Kareem. In y'all eyes, who's the greatest?
Between those two, for sure.
I mean, I agree.
I'm a big time. I think Curry's up there. Curry's the greatest shooter of all time, but dude, Curry like can single-handedly take a team to a playoffs. Like he did. What it was the year before last or the last?
Not single-handedly. If you want to know what single-handedly is, LeBron in 2018.
Yeah.
He had Kyrie?
No, he did. Not in 2018. 2018, Kyrie left in 2017 after they lost
To Boston.
Yeah. So LeBron in 2018, his best player he had was like
They win that one?
Kevin Love. No, they lost. Warriors. But you got to look who was on that team.
Yeah.
Kate, like to say Steph is the greatest, that's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy.
Thompson's not back to form. Thompson's like having a...
Yeah, last year I'll give you that. That's why
Thompson's like a Kevin Love.
That's why he won the Finals MVP.
You know, Draymond Green's, whatever. I mean, he's a good player, but like last year, Curry proved that he did it pretty much.
Curry's not up there though.
That's a crazy take, man.
I didn't say he was the best. I said he was up there.
Is Curry even better than Magic as a point guard?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, dude. He's for sure. He's the best shooter of all time. He has rings. He changed the game. That's why I think.
Yeah, he revolutionized the game. But I don't see Curry as a point though.
Is he a better point guard? I don't know. I think he's a better player. I think he's a more impactful player. He's a better player.
People forget Magic won the Finals MVP in his rookie season.
Wow.
His rookie season. And he has 5 titles, man. Come on.
Curry's got... Yeah.
I'm not hating on Curry. I love Curry, but to say that he's better than Magic is kind of... I don't know.
I honestly, I'd say he's better than Magic.
Ooh, that's a double hot take.
Hey. I mean, it's your opinion.
But at the same time, I didn't watch the last era. All I could watch is highlights.
Yeah, true.
But I guarantee you, if you're a passing guy and you watch both their highlights, you're gonna like Matty better. If you're a shooting guy and you watch their highlights,
I like Curry's game better for sure. I just don't think he's better than Magic. That's my thing. Because Curry's I don't know. I just and all those finals that Curry won against LeBron it wasn't fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no team. That's why you can make a case. Even though I think Jordan's a GOAT of LeBron, you can make a case that LeBron's better because Jordan never faced a team in the finals as good as the Warriors.
Did Curry win that shit before KD came?
Yeah.
He did in 2015.
That's two by himself. I don't look.
Yeah, but look at what happened. Kyrie,
but LeBron. I feel like LeBron naturally has an easier way to impact a game.
Why naturally?
Because
he's 6'9", 260.
6'9". He has all these physical attributes that I think can easily let him take over a game. Curry can as well with shooting, but once he gets double teamed, it's gonna be really hard for him.
Exactly. That's what makes LeBron so great.
That's why LeBron is better than Curry.
Who are you taking, LeBron or Michael Jordan?
Okay, we'll go back.
Yeah,
to that.
we went off script first.
I'm personally gonna say who's the better basketball player, LeBron. I think.
So you going that way? Who's the better basketball player?
Yeah, because
Got you. And you can make that case.
Yeah.
I mean, better basketball player. I'm just gonna say greatest of all time. I think it's still Jordan. When I think of winning, I think Jordan.
Yeah.
And what is Jordan like? Is it like 6-0 in the finals?
6-0, never
I
lost.
think that it's kind of like the same
he only
thing.
got to 6.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's been to like 10,
9,
10.
A lot.
10.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I just like the way Jordan stayed with the Bulls. Tough. It's Wizard season at the very end, but I think there's two different styles of basketball. So I think it's just they're both great. Accept it. I don't really think there should be a debate because there's just two different eras. If you put LeBron in that era, who knows? You put Jordan in this era, who knows? I think LeBron would probably dominate more in that era than Jordan would dominate in this era, personally, because I think there's a lot of Jordan replicas in this era compared to LeBron replicas.
Why do you say that? Because the game was way more physical back then.
Kobe was one. I think JT's close to something like that. Devin Booker's close to something like that. It's a lot more physical then. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think LeBron could be up there with those guys. If he was in that era, I think he could. So I think better basketball player LeBron. But when I think of greatest of all time, it just goes to Jordan. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that because if you look at LeBron's a better passer, better rebounder,
all around.
All around, I think LeBron's the greatest all-around player ever. But I still think Jordan should go. And the only reason why is because 2011. Y'all remember when LeBron choked against the Mavericks? That just no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that.
So maybe Dirk's the GOAT.
No. Okay. We're done with that one. What NFL team has kind of shocked you the most this year, good or bad? I got to go with Broncos. I didn't see Russ being this bad. But what's your thoughts?
That's a good choice right there. I'd say for like Broncos as far as like they did worse than my expectations, for sure. And then I'd honestly say like either the Giants or Jets as far as like
good
did better than expected.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd say as far as playing like bad, it's for sure the Broncos. I'm a big Brady guy, so it sucks seeing the Bucs play so bad. I mean, he's never been at this stage in the season under 500 like this ever. And you know, he's got the weapons: Evans, Godwin, Julio Jones. You know,
So you was a Bucs fan well before Brady?
No. I'm a big Brady fan.
Oh, just a Brady
I'll put it on
fan.
the air. I've been a huge
that's nothing wrong. That's just like me with LeBron. I'm not a Laker fan, but wherever he go, I support.
Yeah, so it just kind of sucks. I mean, even Brady's not playing too good, so that kind of shocked me. Like, I'm so used to every year this kind of like the same pattern over and over again. Like, just used to greatness and like not too great. But I think
he's old, man.
I think they're gonna beat the Cowboys in the first round playoffs. I think they're gonna knock them out at home.
You think so?
Yeah, because they'll get a home game. They'll have to play the Cowboys. As long as they win the division.
First.
Yeah, as long as they win the division.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna win the division.
Yep.
And then
And then I think they'll bounce the Cowboys. I think Dak's just gonna choke it because he's been playing bad lately. And then I think who knows from there? Brady's Brady. But as far as who's been playing the best, definitely. I mean, I think the Eagles got to be
Eagles. Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is MVP, even though he's hurt. You know?
I mean, Eagles just being the number one team in the NFL. I mean, you could see it towards the end of last year, kind of them picking back up, and Jalen Hurts playing good. But I mean, they're coming out. You know, there are 2 losses on the season. Them and then even the Vikings have been playing so well. Justin Jefferson, I didn't know he was such a beast. He turned in. I mean, he's always been really good. But holy cow!
Sensational for sure.
I think better than prime Randy Moss, maybe. I don't know.
Bro, he's getting there. Like, I mean, he put up better numbers, so like numbers don't
again,
lie.
2 different eras, but sheesh, like.
You think he's? Oh, you talking about like this early in his career? He's doing better. Okay, yeah, I haven't looked into the stats. It's just
2007 Randy Moss was a different breed with Tom Brady, but I think on the Vikings, I mean, shoot, dude, Jefferson's consistent.
Yeah.
Putting up monster numbers.
he is
Ever
great.
since he got drafted, he's just been great. Like, so consistently.
So, what's your favorite team, Justin? NFL?
I used to be an Andrew Luck fan.
Andrew Luck fan.
So I was a Colts guy, but
And what happened to him? He retired too early.
retired too pretty young from injuries. The Colts just never surrounded him with good players. But
T.Y. Hill.
T.Y. Hilton,
Yeah, that was like really the only
offensive
one.
line, horrible running back. But ever since the Raiders moved here, I've just been rooting for them since I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. Funny you said that because I got family with me to be a Raider fan just because I'm in Vegas. But I'm a Commander fan. But the thing with it, I'm not from there. But the thing is, for how I think, if you from Vegas, you could like any team you want. Because like if you was basically before the Raiders came here,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been a Commander fan ever since. You know, I'm not gonna be on that. I'll support the Raiders, but like not against my team.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say, man.
How long have you liked the Commanders?
Commanders, probably since, well, I should say Redskins back then, probably since 08, 09.
Okay.
You know, Donovan McNabb, Santana Moss, all them cats.
Wow.
Who is that cornerback or
RG3,
Yeah.
no, the cornerback?
cornerback.
Oh.
Sean Taylor?
Nah.
No, he was a safety.
D'Angelo Hall.
D'Angelo
D'Angelo
Hall.
Hall. He was tough. He was tough for sure.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah, I have his jersey.
Sean Taylor?
Yes.
Really?
That's one of my coworkers got me his jersey. A little oversized, but he's a legend. Not too happy with the statue they did of him. I don't know if you guys seen that. It's kind of a disrespectful.
They
Yeah.
had
Like you give
great opportunity.
Come on now, that's just crazy.
It just looks bad.
It's like not even that. It's like a mannequin.
Yeah, it's
It's bad.
they messed that up for sure.
Wow.
What other sports you guys kind of played, growing up?
I played soccer when I was
Basketball,
younger.
soccer for sure. You watch a lot of soccer or not really?
Nah, I mean I got a few, Mexican friends. Obviously, so over the couple years I've been getting into it. So obviously I know a couple, good soccer players. Ronaldo, Mbappe, Messi, them cats. But I really don't really watch soccer like that.
Yeah. Honestly, me neither.
Basketball, football, I think, and MLB.
Yeah.
Oh, I like UFC.
UFC. I think they had a pretty good fall off, once Conor and John Jones and Khabib start, getting out of there.
I think it just turned into a new era.
You think so?
Rather than a fall off. I mean, that was their height. But that was also their baby stages too. Like, I think they're taking off into a good era for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true, but somebody said that currently UFC is more popular than boxing. I don't know if that's actually true or not.
I believe it.
I
Even,
think so.
I watch boxing more. That's funny.
And I,
Yeah.
And that's no big, like, it's not a big deal. But like with boxing, I feel like it's with UFC, the best play the best all the time.
Right.
Like the commissioner is going to put the best against the best at all times, and I feel like a lot of times these boxers, these champions, they'll duck fights, and I think they play guys when they're not in their primes anymore. And they wait till these guys are out and they play. Like I feel like
that's what's wrong with
every
the
boxing match I'm seeing, like the odds when I'm looking at let's just say sports, it's like this guy's so much more favored than this guy every time. It's like it never seems like there's I think the Tank and Garcia fight, and that's great for boxing because the best going up against the best in their primes.
Yeah, I hope it happens, man, because
They better not bail on that, but
Spence and Crawford never happened.
I know.
Crawford's my favorite fighter, man.
Yeah.
We need these fights to happen. I just think that, like you said, because even Manny and Floyd, they fought way too old. Man.
I know.
Way too old.
Exactly, and also it's like with boxing too. You got a lot of the YouTube boxing now, and it's lost its.
That's my next question for you, Justin. What's your thoughts on Jake Paul? You think he's a legit fighter, or you think he's just?
I think he's a decent athlete. I think he's a decent boxer, but like put him up against the best boxers in the world, and he loses. I think he's only gonna fight a fight if he's gonna win it.
You think so?
Yeah, I guarantee he's a good boxer.
So if he fights Andrew Tate right now, you think?
I don't know. I want to say Andrew Tate, but he's a bit older. I'd say Jake Paul is closer to his prime. I think that would actually be a pretty good fight. I think so too.
Thing with Jake, he gets I think he's a legit fighter. I think so.
Okay.
But saying you could beat Canelo is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think with continue training, I think Jake,
yeah,
he got something.
I think he's a good boxer for sure. What's his record? He's undefeated.
He's like 4 or 5-0, something like that.
I think. I don't know, I've heard a lot of things. I've seen articles. I've seen theories, but I've seen articles that say like it's like admitted that he had fixed fights. But I heard something that was like actual factual, like he will put in the contract like a no knockout clause. Have you seen that?
So no knockout.
You can't knock him out.
You can't knock him out.
Yeah, you can beat
I haven't
him
seen
by
that
decision, but I heard you can't knock him out. That's what I heard, at least in one of the fights, or maybe it was Logan Paul's fight. One of the Paul brothers' fights, I saw that.
The only thing I seen rigged was in the first Tyron Woodley fight.
That
if you watch
where
it,
he fell down.
Yeah, no, not he didn't fall down, but right before was it the first one? I think it was the second Tyron Woodley fight when he right before he knocked him out, he kind of twisted his glove to let him know it was a knockout coming.
Exactly, and like you're telling me Tyron Woodley, a professional fighter of 20 years, is just standing there like this, and then.
Well, I guess he got knocked out for a paycheck.
Like,
yeah.
Tyron Woodley, if he got mad. I just think that a lot of good money's thrown up front, and guys that are getting out of their primes and they don't have those big money fights anymore. They're looking at that like, wow. I mean, that's all I got to do is, exhibition, not go as hard. Okay, sweet, whatever happens. I can get my bag. I think Jake's a good fighter. I think he trains, but go up against any actual professional boxer, I guarantee you that.
So he's not legit.
With no contracts on the line, nothing. Like I think Tommy Fury. I think he would beat Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul's got some nice punches. I think he could be good if he trained and actually went into the boxing profession. But fighting all like the side fights, I don't think makes me still like. I'm a fan of Jake Paul because I think he promotes himself really well, and he obviously is a marketing genius, and he's made a lot of money. So there you go. But as far as fighting, I don't think he's anything for me to be like, oh. You know what I mean?
Okay. Give me your top 5 boxers ever.
Shoot. Honestly, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I'd probably say I was a fan of Manny Pacquiao. And then I'd say Floyd Mayweather. I honestly couldn't tell you any other boxers after that, though.
Okay. No, I get you on Floyd. I put Floyd number 2, so I respect that.
Who you got number 1?
Number 1, I got Muhammad Ali. Obviously.
Oh, shit. 100%. I number 1. Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, for sure. All right, you guys are going to take a minute break. We'll get right back to it. All right, y'all. So back to the add-on podcast. Christian, talk about your top 5, boxers ever.
I'm going to throw them not in order, then I'll put them in order.
Okay.
So Muhammad Ali's up there. I like Iron Mike. Mike Tyson's definitely up there, in my opinion. Floyd Mayweather's up there. I want to throw Canelo in there for some reason.
He's up there for sure. He's getting there.
I'll throw him in there, and then Sugar Ray Robinson.
Okay. Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man.
So what I'll do is I'll throw number 5, Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's in there yet, but I think he's done a lot for the sport. I think he's done good, and just because he's in our generation, I like to throw him up there over Pacquiao.
Okay.
So I'll throw number 5, Canelo. At some point, I think he'll be there certified, so I'm going to put him there. Number 5, him. Probably go 4, Ray Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
3, we'll do Iron Mike.
Okay.
2, Floyd. And then 1, Muhammad Ali. Just because I don't know as many boxers as I should.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of people say Floyd Mayweather shouldn't be top 5. What's your take on that?
Saying Floyd Mayweather shouldn't be top 5
Because
is
I've
like
heard
saying
he didn't have to. He was a more technical fighter. He apparently fought Pacquiao pretty late. People say he ducked fights, stuff like that. Is that true or no?
I mean, saying somebody duck fights, whatever, that's controversial. I don't think Floyd ducked anybody, but that's just like him as a businessman. He makes smart investments, and in the boxing ring, he makes smart investments. So he's gonna fight you when he wants to fight you, regardless of what you want to say about Floyd. He's not a knockout artist. He's arrogant, whatever the case may be. The object of boxing is to hit and not get hit, and no one's done it better ever than Floyd. He's the greatest defensive boxer ever.
And I think he's still number 2. That's just what I've heard.
Yeah,
He's
you know what I'm saying.
He's 52-0.
He's 50-0. 50-0. I mean, if you want to throw in some exhibitions, yeah, but 50-0, man.
So I'd say that's my top 5 boxers.
Okay, for sure. What do you guys think the biggest problem with society is today? All the stuff that's going on, from mass shootings to a bunch of stuff, man.
I feel like there's
a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things, but just to generalize it, the victim mentality. I think everyone needs to take accountability and ownership with their problems.
Mm-hmm.
For example, just being overweight, it's like being glorified, but everyone knows it's not good for your health.
Mm-hmm.
And the people are looking for an excuse to blame it on something else, but people need to be accountable for their problems, accept that change is possible, and just take ownership.
Okay, for sure.
I think for me, there's 2 things. One, I think it's a lot of cancel culture. I mean, hopefully I don't get canceled. But you take it 5-6 years back, and you could have watched shows, you could have said something, you could have seen anything, and it was fine, and people didn't take it to heart as much, and social media didn't come at you and absolutely just bash you, and you could say whatever you wanted. Nowadays, you gotta watch 100% what you say. You could even say something that didn't mean anything, and it just sounds a little bit like it. And
absolutely. That goes into with Kyrie, because I don't think he did anything wrong.
Exactly. And it's who else? Yeah, it's just a lot of the big corporation bandwagoning. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of big media, a lot of brainwash. I just think there's a lot of you're not as much free speech, not as much.
Yeah, there's just agendas.
Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion. I think there's just a lot of controlling going on right now. And
touching back to kind of what's going on with rapping and stuff like that, why do you think so many rappers die young? Is it jealousy? Is it the money?
I think they get themselves put in the wrong crowds, maybe.
100%.
I think when they
P&B Rock, Takeoff, all these rappers dying so young.
I think they're just at the wrong places, wrong times, and it's been in the rap game, at least from I don't know really rap too much, but Tupac till now, you have all this stuff going on. It's just wrong place, wrong time. Envy, you might be with the wrong people. The wrong people might be ratting you out. I don't know how it goes, but I don't think it's more as the person and just the wrong crowd. Just you gotta have your security. You gotta have you gotta turn off your location so you're a target.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. But
I think it's a mixture of what you rap about and jealousy. If you're rapping about guns and money and women and all this different stuff, and then you're around that lifestyle, it's just kind of how it's gonna play out.
Exactly.
But
I mean,
that's what you surround yourself with. If you're surrounding yourself with dangerous people, guns, drugs, money, I feel like it's easy for yourself to get caught in a situation like that where you end up being killed.
That's why I'm still surprised. I mean, I'm glad he's still out, but I'm still surprised 6ix9ine still alive. The way he talks and the way he moves around.
Well, the way he snitched in jail. He's known as a snitcher to a lot of other people, and he got out, and he's good now. God forbid, but
He's probably been like extremely cautious and smart.
Security everywhere he goes.
Security, staying low on the grid.
And that's where I look at people like the guys in Nelk or Steve will do it. You know, the guys who hang out with 6ix9ine pretty frequently. It's like, watch yourself. Like, I know 6ix9ine's cool, but you know he's a target as well.
Exactly.
So don't be caught up in the wrong crowd. That's what I mean, wrong place, wrong time. It's just wrong places, wrong crowds of people. But as far as like, I think, with rapping goes, I think if you're singing about it, there's chances are you're doing it. And you see the Young Thug's YSL member just stitched him out in jail too for.
I'm saying something like that.
Yeah,
it's getting ridiculous, man.
Crazy.
To be honest with you, let's get this one, man. My favorite rapper of all time is Eminem, and I think he's the GOAT.
Wow.
I think he's the greatest ever. A lot of my homeboys, you know, they don't agree with me. They say, "Oh, he ain't doing it." What's your thoughts on Eminem? No, this period from. For one, I'm gonna get to like the sales at the end because that don't matter. But we never seen anybody like this late in his like the longevity. Besides from Snoop, who's still rapping at that level. Snoop, Nas, there's a couple cats. Most people fall off. Eminem got in the game in like 1999. That's when he dropped his first major album. Lyricism, like give me a rapper who has a song like Rap God. Come on now, the wordplay, the rhyme schemes, and on top of that, he's the best-selling statistical rapper ever. It's the icing on the cake for me. What's your thoughts though on it?
Honestly, you sold me.
I think he's the best rapper. Yeah, I think he's the best. Like, I don't know about the lyrics, but how fast he can rap, the impact he had on rap, his hits are nuts. He went on forever. His flow, you know,
crazy. And it's one thing too. People can say like, "Why do you think he's the best rapper just because he rap fast?" It's one thing just rapping fast and you just mumbling stuff, but it's one thing you're saying. You have to listen.
Yeah, his words have meaning.
Exactly.
Nowadays, like people just mumble. But he was just like very particular with what he said.
The only two other people I know in this my era at least, that like rap about meaningful things and are good, solid rappers, I would say is J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir.
So I haven't listened to J. Cole in a while, but I was at one point a huge fan of J. Cole. All his albums I could sing probably all the lyrics.
And if you ask both of them, they're gonna say they got inspiration from Eminem. They said it in multiple interviews.
Yeah, so I think as far as our generation, you can't call anyone unless, you know, J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar. But I'd say him, or I'd say Eminem, you know, maybe. Yeah, I mean, him, Dr. Dre, maybe. Maybe. As
a producer, you're not as a rapper because he has ghost rapper. Yeah.
But I know, like, hits-wise, he's not really a rapper, but he kind of is. Drake. I know Drake up there
for sure.
hit-wise.
Got to.
You know, got more slaps than the Beatles. So.
Honestly, with Drake, I don't think I've ever heard a Drake song I haven't liked.
Dude, Drake's hits.
I'm not even gonna hold you, man.
He always is good. So I mean,
he doesn't have the lyrical ability of Cole and Kendrick, but hit making, that's his thing.
Yeah, as far as like deliverment, Drake wins every time. He does not miss. Ever.
Okay, for sure. So, Justin, who's kind of your favorite rapper right now? You just like you got on repeat all the time. That you one of your favorites.
Rapper. I'm not gonna lie. My go-to a lot of times is Eminem.
Yes, sir. Can't go wrong with it, man.
Like his top songs. Like if I'm going to the gym.
You put Till I Collapse on the gym. That just crazy.
Exactly. What about you?
I'd say, man, Drake just somehow finds his way into every song that turns on in my car. I like. I'm not gonna lie. I still listen to old Kanye. I love listening to some old Kanye.
Old Kanye. Graduation, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, come on, he made Graduation. But, what else? Yeah, I mean, those two are definitely up there.
Okay.
Maybe some Lil Baby sometimes.
What's your thoughts on, I don't know if you guys heard of the Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion thing. What's your thoughts on that? Because it seems like, you know, with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, it's like, it's something going on, like, behind the scenes. Like, I don't know if they tampered it.
So is Megan with Rock Nation?
I believe, I don't want to say she is, but it seemed like it was something behind the scenes because Tory Lanez's dad called Jay-Z and Rock Nation out. Yeah. What's your thoughts? So you think he actually did it, or you think something's tampered with it for him to get that many years, you know?
Well, I saw a thing the day before he got charged or proved guilty. Said the DNA wasn't on, his DNA was not on the gun.
Right.
So everyone's like, okay, yeah, he didn't do it. Yeah, Megan's lying. Next day he gets charged. It's like, what? So his DNA wasn't on the gun, but he did it. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Was his DNA on the gun?
No, it came out that DNA was not on the gun.
Well, in that case, I can't see how it's possible that he did it.
I mean, however he did it, he got charged with it. But what I think is, I don't know how much I even trust the justice system as a whole all the time. I don't know really too much to have a personal opinion on it. That's my opinion. I don't trust them.
Like I don't listen to Meg or Tory, but it seems like
there's something fishy. I couldn't really tell you the answer to that, but I know there's something. I don't have 100% certain that he did that.
How long did he get sentenced?
He could be facing 20 years.
Something like that.
I don't think he will, but he could be facing 20 years.
Hey,
Wow.
yeah, I think so too. Because Jay-Z, he's with the Illuminati. And, the Illuminati got a lot of controversies. Everybody from Rock Nation, you know what I'm saying? That's why I like Kanye, he admitted to sacrificing his mother. Yep. But, Kanye West. He used to be Illuminati, but now I kind of like Kanye because, obviously with me being a Christian, he's, hey, it was in the interview, man. He's, kind of rapping more about God. Obviously, the album, Jesus is King, stuff like that. So I kind of like rappers like that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with NF.
NF, yeah.
NF, a Christian rapper that don't get mainstream just because he's not selling his soul on a contract.
Yeah.
It's just corrupt, man. The whole industry is just demonic, I feel like.
I don't even know if it's the rap industry. I think it's a lot of things in the world in general.
Exactly.
Very, very,
it's all connected.
It all connected, man.
So what you say is a part of the Illuminati. Like, give me your top 5 you just know.
Hey, watch out now.
I'm like, it's a lot of speculation. I'll say this though, like, if you hear a rapper like on the radio, he's doing numbers. 9 times out of 10, he's a part of that.
I saw something like Lil Nas X. I saw.
Oh, absolutely. He literally has a Satan satanic shoe.
I saw some stuff like that. Whoa. Jay-Z's like been known.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of rappers.
It sucks,
that
and
they get famous quick. Yeah. That's when you know. Mm-hmm. That's when you know, and they start changing their appearance, and they start changing what they wear. They change their entire identifications.
Doja Cat, shave your eyebrow. That's a part of something.
It's just what it is when they get famous and stuff. They change their identity. They change and who knows if it's because they want to, or who knows because if they tell them to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even I think David Dobrik. Or whatever his name is, the guy on YouTube, David Dobrik.
Never heard of him.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, David Dobrik.
We really never heard of him.
No.
He's a huge time vlogger, like millions and millions.
Well, he's a part of. He touched on that or something.
So he told his YouTube, and he got a lot of backlash for it. Like he exposed that he had gotten someone came to his house one day, or to his mom or something, and told him, "Hey, like, I'll give you this amount of money. All you gotta do is sign this," and like. Obviously, it's like selling your soul contract. When you sell your soul, you don't sell your soul. You write your name on a contract and you do what they tell you for some amount of money. And anyways, he exposes that happened to me. He obviously said no. Andy Tate touches on it, how he's been offered a multitude of times to keep quiet, stop talking about this, talk about this. Here's millions and millions and millions.
That's crazy, man.
Your kids will be protected, nothing. So when you don't sign some of those things, I think a lot of times that's when you're targeted. Not political. I think Donald Trump got targeted a lot because he spoke out against a lot of stuff like that. But I think what it is when they don't when you don't talk about what they want you to talk about, you get attacked. Andrew Tate just got arrested. Who knows if I don't know if Andrew Tate did what he did, but I'm just saying.
Like, what did Kyrie do wrong, man?
And Kyrie, for example,
Kanye lost all that money, man.
Kanye West was saying some dumb stuff, but at the same time,
true. He said a few things.
You have freedom of speech.
Exactly. It's a free country. Like, you shouldn't get penalized for that.
And I think a lot of times, like, there's the people you see in the news all the time, and they're talking about other stuff. It's like. That's what I mean with the cancel culture. You can't say anything they don't want you to say, otherwise you get canceled. That's how I think it's been going.
Right.
And you have a freedom of speech, anyone does. But I'm just saying, I feel like when it's not specific about something they want you to talk about, you get canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
Even with Eminem, Justin, I know you want to probably don't want to hear this, but he's openly admitted to selling his soul as well.
Really?
That's something I just found out. Yeah.
Really?
And I don't know how I felt. I don't know how I felt about that, me being a Christian, but he has that song, "Use This Gospel." With DJ Khaled kind of like saying he's gonna change like the way he raps and stuff like that. But it's just sad to see, man, like rappers that you never really even think of that would be selling their souls for a paycheck. It's happening every day.
When did he say that?
He said it in multiple songs. I can recite a verse where he said, "Lucky you with Jordan Lucas. I won a couple Grammys, but I sold my soul to get it." He literally said that in his verse. And you can go back to 1996 in Infinite, how he talks about it and things like that. But it's just like I said, it's sad to see, man. But hopefully, like, it's not too late because you sold your soul. You can still, repent.
And I think selling your soul I don't think it's a broad term. So sold your soul, I think a lot of times is literally just doing what they tell you to do. It's not necessarily, I don't think, going to any sacrifices. And
It can get that,
it
though.
can.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying necessarily does. Like, who knows if that's what happened with Eminem, or it's just like something else where like he wasn't allowed to say or do anything without them. You know, there's levels to it. I feel like there's definitely levels with like certain people and other people. Like, I don't know if rappers have to go through the crazy, blood rituals and crazy stuff like that compared to like maybe politicians or like big influencers. But like,
Okay.
I think even sometimes maybe sports players. I think
I've heard stuff like
as
that as well.
sucky as it is, I
Really?
think sports players, I mean, they're huge names too. Why wouldn't they? You know?
True.
Influencers do, musicians do. Well, I mean,
It's all,
big
man.
time sports
You got to watch out, for sure.
It's everywhere.
Let's get into the last question, though. What's you guys' add-on to the youth, and what's you guys' add-on to the world?
I'd say just as far as the youth goes, believe in yourself. Don't care about others' opinions, because that's only going to hold you back. And so just do what you want. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you want to do. And then you said to the world.
Yes, sir.
To the world, just work hard and be a good person. Treat others how you want to be treated. The golden rule.
The golden rule. I like that.
I say my add-on to the youth is don't second guess yourself. Believe in yourself and do door-to-door sales when you're young. Do door-to-door sales while you're young. You're gonna talk to millions of people or thousands of people, and you're gonna learn a great skill set, communication skill set. I'm very, 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 very passionate about that. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't do college, go do door-to-door sales.
Even if you do college, do door-to-door sales.
Go talk to people.
Yeah, he knows
it. As far as to the world, I don't know. Gotta get our shit together. I guess so just love and peace. That's it.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming on.
having us.
Yes, sir. Anything you guys want to shout out before we wrap it up? Instagrams, anything like that?
Shout out to 87 Alpha 60. Go follow that on Instagram.
Okay, sir.
Like what you said, and at King Miller 34 is my Instagram. And
Justin Yergensen on Instagram.
Yes, sir, guys. That wraps it up.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next episode.